Welcome from Barcelona, where we have here the HTC One M7, which is, I know, a 2-year-old smartphone, and today they are actually announcing the M9, which is the successor of the M8. You can see that here in the background, but both of these got already the Android Lollipop Android version installed. So that's Android 5.0, which was announced last year, end of last year, by Google, and it was only available for a few LG devices, some Samsungs, and of course the Nexus smartphones right now. And HTC has now announced, and actually it's already rolled out this week, the Lollipop for the M7, which is quite amazing because this is now really a 2-year-old smartphone. And I think this is the oldest smartphone to get actually Android Lollipop right now on the market. As I said, the M8 got that also in the last weeks. We already shot a video about that, but nothing much changed because it still has the Sense 6 UI, which means that, again, also here on the M7, we have the same problem that you have Lollipop running in the background, but you can't see a lot of differences. I will show you a few of them right now, and what has changed and what's the benefit for you and what's maybe worse than before. Like, for example, you have now here on the lock screen right away a few notifications for you guys, and you can already see the material design. When you unlock it, you can see this nice little animation when you just slide it up that, and the notifications just slide away to the top. It looks quite fancy, but you can of course turn that off if you don't want to see your notifications on your lock screen, because maybe some other people would read them. Now, if you go here in the menu where you can find the apps, you can see nothing really has changed. What has definitely changed is the view for your apps that are open right now. So if you press the home button twice for the last apps, you still see this grid view, but if you go back here to not the grid view but the card view, you have the Android Lollipop overview over your open apps. So I can close these up by swiping to the left or to the right, and otherwise just here browse here through the menu. But I don't really like this much, but what you have here also is the Google and the Google search built in, but you can easily go here back to the grid view, or as you can see, there's even a few more options. Like, for example, you can set the screen pinning on or off, or you can also, where did it go? Here go to the running apps section and then select there a few things like what should be closed that's running in the background right now. So what you have also seen before is if you just press the home button for a long time, you go into Google Now, and then you have here your reservation and flight and other information that you might want or might need, or you just hit swipe it up, and then you have also your Google Now coming up right there. We can also just say, "Okay, Google," and you can start searching. So that's, again, nothing that much new, but of course still a nice little feature here in this M7 smartphone, and it's really working quite quickly, as you can see, with the full HD screen on 4.7 inches and the 1 gig of RAM in the background running. This is really a smooth smartphone here for everyday tasks. Now again, with the notifications, you can still just swipe down here, and then you have here your 2 notifications, which I have right now, which you can swipe to the left or right to move them away or just leave them here. Or if you can, of course, get down to the quick settings by swiping again down, or what you can also do is just use 2 fingers and swipe the whole thing down. You can still have your notifications here a little bit on the bottom, but you can also swipe here up again, and you can see here this nice little animation with the X moving to edit, which is quite nice because you of course want to edit your quick settings maybe there, or just X out all your notifications that you have right here. Now with the camera, for example, nothing has changed for us, or also the browser looks the same and the keyboard is the same by HTC, but probably you can now switch to the Lollipop keyboard if you want to, but I actually like the HTC one a little bit better, so that's quite alright. Again, something new here is when you press the volume button, you have here the settings button where you can set, for example, use ringtone volume for notifications. I think that's quite nice. So if you set your notifications or your ringtone to a certain volume, the notifications will ring in the same time, in the same volume, so that's quite good. Also here, when you go to the settings page, and you can see again here everything is the same. So not that interesting, except for if you go here to the security, then you have your smart lock feature here, which means if you have a smartwatch like I do, for example, with the Motorola Moto, the LG G Watch R, which is connected to the smartphone via Bluetooth. If I'm close to the smartphone, then I don't need the lock screen to unlock my smartphone, because it knows I am close to my phone. But if you are out of range with your Bluetooth device from the phone, then you need a lock screen, and that's again quite interesting, a security feature which can be handy, maybe not that handy for a few people, but yeah, that's something also new in Lollipop. Otherwise, you can see nothing else has much changed. So that's actually all about the brand new Android Lollipop here for the HTC One M7. Again, nothing much different, or not much different from the M8, except for of course the screen size, and maybe this will get also the Zen 7 and the M7 Not. We will see. I'm not sure yet. We will just have to wait because it still looks a little bit different, but you can see a video about the M9 Lollipop features in my YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe please. This was the HTC One M7 Lollipop overview here from Barcelona.